You could deadass have my dog. I don't fucking care. He's an opera. Like, he doesn't even, whenever I put peanut butter on my balls, he doesn't even lick it anymore.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be ranking Dead by Daylight characters. Number 1, Trapper. I'm either gonna put this in never play or not good, because he's just like a basic killer, not really many abilities. You're gonna have to go around setting up traps everywhere. He's just not great to play. Number 2, Wraith. Kind of the same thing, not many great abilities. Invisibility is okay, but I'd just say he's a little bit worse than others. Average. Hillbilly. Hillbilly is one of my favorites. I'm gonna have to put him in great. His chainsaw and his movement are just crazy, and the new overdrive ability that they have is just really good, and I enjoy him. Nurse, obviously best killer in the game, has been for a while. Michael, fuck you. Hag, I don't really like Hag. She's just slow and just clunky. Not good. Doctor, like his ability, he has good anti-loop. Possible skill check is really fun to play against a survivor, so I'm gonna put him in good. Huntress is probably one of the most fun killers to play as in the game, at least for me. Just love hitting cross map snipes. I'm gonna put her in great with Billy. Bubba, he's not very good, pretty average. Freddy, awful. Pig, also awful. Clown, I just hate Clown. If you're a beginner, you might put him in average or even good, but I'm gonna put him in not good. Spirit, Spirit's my main, so obviously I'm gonna have to be a little biased here. Legion's alright. I can play him. I'm probably gonna put him in average. Plague is really fun, either good or great. Ghostface, pretty below average. Basically an M1 killer if you don't stock, but learning to play him is pretty fun, and his stealth is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna put him in average. Demogorgon, Demo's alright. I don't enjoy him as much as most people do, so I'll put him in good. Oni, great. Good or great. Collecting blood, basically. Deathslinger is really fun to play as. Hitting snipes and shooting through little corners in the map, I'm probably gonna put him in good. Pyramid Head, he's good anti-loop, but not the best killer. Blight, also really fun, great mobility, and just really fun to play as. I'm also gonna have to put him in best. Twins, some people find it really fun to play as, but I just don't enjoy playing Twins. Trickster, fuck you. Nemesis, I actually really enjoy playing Nemesis, and he's probably one of the most fun killers to play as. Just like watching zombies do work for you and just upgrading your tentacle hat like through the game. Cenobite, pretty fun to play as. Playing against him as Survivor is one of the worst things to ever do, so I'm gonna put him in great. Artist, I hate Artist, but I know a lot of people enjoy playing as her, so I guess I'll put her in good. Onryo, never really played as her, it's just kind of there. Dredge, also kind of same situation. Wesker, probably one of the most fun killers to play as. Not really S tier, but he's up there. Knight, many people hate him, but I actually really enjoy playing as him, and he's just one of the most fun killers to play as, so I'm either gonna have to put him in great or good. I'll probably go good. Skull Merchant, still really don't understand her rework, and just don't like her. Singularity, also one of my mains, really fun to play as, just like checking out your cameras. He's also really strong, so I put him in best. Alien, I know a lot of people really like Alien, but I just don't like him as much as people say, so I'll probably put him in good. Chucky, first third-person killer in the game, and he's actually pretty decent, so I'll put him in good. Unknown, probably one of the most fun killers to play as, just like hitting snipes with UVX, and probably has the best teleporting ability in the game, so I'd say he's going in great. Now Vecna, pretty fun killer to play as, fairly new, so people are still getting used to playing as him and playing against him. I'm gonna put him in great just because really enjoy playing as him, and he's just really fun to use all your different abilities.
Alright, so now it's my turn. So I think Trapper's definitely one you never want to play. He desperately needs a rework. He feels awful. He just feels just awful. Awful to play as and awful to play against. So yeah, I think never play him. Definitely needs a rework. Next we have Wraith. I think Wraiths are pretty average, like middle of the road killer. He's definitely not the best stealth killer. He's not the worst. Next we have Billy. Billy is definitely one of the best killers in the game right now. He's able to contest against Blight and sometimes show him up in different like restrictions. Just instant down is so strong, especially with being able to stop trades on hooks. You could just instantly down the other survivors. So he's definitely one of the best killers in the game right now. Next we have Nurse. Best killer in the game, hands down. I don't even think I have to say anything. Right from when she was released, she was the best, and she still is the best. Next we have Myers. I don't really like Myers. I don't think he's fun to play as or against. He's just not good. He only feels good to play as when you have his broken add-ons, and just then it still feels bad. Like I feel bad for survivors. It's just not fun. Next we have Hag. I don't see a lot of people play Hag nowadays, but I think Hag is really fun to play against, unless they're playing that boring old campy way. But I think chase Hags and that stuff that like really be fun to play against, because you have to constantly be thinking like, what is she doing? What am I doing? So I think she's definitely average, definitely worse than Ray, but she can be good. Doctor, I think he's again another edge, better than Hag, I'd say. So the thing with Doctor is he's really good anti-loop, really good at finding out where survivors are, especially with his like things. So you don't even have to like really bring an aura reading perk. He's pretty fun. I like playing against him and as him. Next up we have Huntress. I think Great's okay. Huntress is one of the most fun killers in the game. I think hands down. Cross maps are so much fun and so satisfying. Next up we have Bubba. Bubba's just not good. He's just not fun to play against, not fun to play as. He just feels so weak that he just feels awful to play. I really want him to be good, especially since because I love Billy so much. I think he definitely needs to like be changed in some way. Next up we have the Nightmare. Never play him. I don't even have to say anything. He's just awful. Next up we have Pig. She's not good because you have a lot of gen slowdown built in. You should never crouch. It makes you slower, and it's just never crouch. There's genuinely no point in ever crouching as her. Her dashing ability is definitely the most fun thing about her. It's really satisfying when you mind game the survivor and come out around their corner and injure her down them. Next up we have Clown. I don't even want to rank Clown. Just not fun. Not fun to play as. Not fun to play against. He's not good. I'd say he's sort of average. Spirit's really, really good. I don't really like playing against her though. I think she's pretty fun to play. It's just not fun to play against, really. You can't do anything if you're injured against a Spirit. It's just over. But she's like genuinely amazing. So yeah, top of great tier. Legion. I think Legion's one of the ones you never want to play. He just doesn't have anything. Like it just feels like you have nothing as the killer. I think Legion's just a killer you never want to play. I think Plague is genuinely, she's the most unique killer in this game we have. You puke on people to get them sick, and it creates so much interaction between the killers and survivors because they have to choose whether they want to be healed up and give the Plague a really, really broken ability, or if they want to stay injured the entire game. So yeah, I think Plague is really good and she's really fun to play as. Next up we have Ghostface. I think Ghostface doesn't feel good. He just feels average. He feels like outdated. Fun to play as sometimes, but I don't think he's like really that good or really has that much that you can do as him. Next up we have Demo. I think Demo's a good killer. Really fun anti-loop ability. I really like the shred. His portals, like, yeah, his mobility, his portals aren't the best, but I think they're pretty good. They're pretty nice, and it's nice being able to place them wherever you want. It's pretty cool. Really happy that he's like back in the game. He definitely looks so cool. I really think he looks amazing in the game. He's definitely one of my favorite killers. Next up we have Oni. I think Oni's like top average or worst to good. He's not amazing, but you could do really good as him. His ability's really fun to use, and I think in Survivor it's fun to like dodge against him and stuff. So yeah, I think he's bottom of good. Next up we have Deathslinger. I think Deathslinger's better than Oni. A lot of stuff you can do with this gun. He feels kind of like maybe a worse version of Huntress, but he's really fun. If you see any hole on the map, you can shoot through it as him. Next up we have Pyramid Head. I think Pyramid Head is, I think he's pretty average. All right, next up we have Blight. Best. I think him and Billy are like neck to neck, but I think if you're using like uncapped nothing, I think Blight with both Eerie add-ons is better than the best of Billy. Blight's Eerie add-ons are so amazing, and Blight is so fun to play as. I think as Survivor sometimes it feels like you can't do anything, but it's just so fun, so fun. Next up, we have twins. Twins feel awful to play against. I don't think I really need to say anything about that. They're not fun to play against. I'm kind of weird. I like playing as twins. I don't think they're good. But after rework, they're a lot better than they were. I think they're like bottom of average. And they promote a really like annoying like way to play, like really sluggy. Next up, we have Trickster. Trickster's just not good, especially after his changes. I'd say he's better than all of these killers. He's just not good. I don't like him at all. He's not fun to play as, not fun to play against. Just sucks. Next up, we have Nemesis. I'm between the lines of not good and average because the thing with Nemesis is you're literally not a killer until you get to tier 2. Like, you are worthless. There's no point of playing the game before you have tier 2. So I think he's not good because his early game is just so slow. Once he gets tier 2, you can like break pallets so fast. The thing with him, you have to hit survivors basically 3 times to get downs. I don't know. I just think he's not very good. Next up, we have Pinhead. I think Pinhead's good. I think he's better than all of them, especially against solo queue survivors that can't really talk. It can be really hard to get somebody to do the box, especially if you're running that one Aria add-on that hides the box. His chains are really fun to use. I really like playing as him. He's not the most fun to play against, but I don't think he's that unfun to play against. Yeah, I think he's like middle of the line good. Next up, we have Artist. This is a hard one. I don't really like playing as her or against her. I've barely played as her. I just feel like she's like extremely boring. I don't even really want to rank her because I've never played her. I think maybe middle of the line average, but I haven't played her enough. Next up, we the on-rail. After her changes, she went from worthless to insane to it feels like worthless again. I haven't played enough of her after her changes. I think I'm pretty sure she's just not good. Next up, we have Dredge. I think Dredge can be really pretty good. Dredge is like pretty fun to play as and against. His anti-loop ability is pretty cool. His teleport ability isn't really that strong. It's pretty slow. But next up, we have Wesker. Wesker's really fun to play as it against. I think he can go on great. Next up, we have Knight. Actually, just save yourself the trouble. Just save yourself the trouble. Next up, we have Skull Merchant. Next up, we have Singularity. Singularity is really hard, and especially with his changes, I think he's gonna be one of the he's gonna be a really good killer. He's pretty fun to play as and against, so I think bottom of great. Next up, we have Xenomorph. I think top of great is fair. If you're playing a survivor and you vault the window, you're dead. If you don't vault the window, you're dead. Kind of feels like you can't really do anything at some points. She's definitely very strong. And she's I really like playing as her. She's what got me back into the game. So yeah, I think top of grade's pretty fair. Next we have Chucky, only third person killer in the game. There's a lot of stuff you can do as him being in third person at all, that makes him good and different compared to other killers. And he's just really fun. Next we have Unknown. I think Unknown is great. Teleporting is so strong. His ability, really fun to like bounce off stuff. It's really fun. Unknown's really fun to play as, play against. I think he's really good. I think this is really fair. Next up, we have Vecna. I've barely played Vecna. I think I've played like 2 games as him. But so far with what I've seen, especially with the new Insta-Tech, I think it makes him pretty good. I don't think he's great. His stuff is pretty cool. I like they did a really good job of implementing that, you know, spiral wheel of spells. Yep, that's my tier list. All right, so first reactions. Yours fucking sucks. So you put Spirit in best. I don't really agree with that. I don't think
playing Spirit.
I think she's one of the like top killers, like one of the top great killers. I don't think she's one of the best. I think she can be really strong, but you're not. Suck my dick.
I fucking hate you.
It looks like we did pretty similar. I think Blight. I don't agree with Spirit being stronger than Blight.
No, I didn't do that. I just did it because it came first.
And I also don't agree with Billy being a great. I think that's bullshit. Billy's one of the best killers. Like, he rivals Blight right now.
No.
Yes, he does.
No.
Especially with all this stuff, he's definitely better. Aliens and bottom are good. Yeah, his list blows. This is awful.
I only did that because I don't enjoy playing Alien. I don't enjoy playing Alien.
Nemesis in top of great is absurd.
Nemesis is so fun.
Nemesis isn't.
Nemesis is so fun. It's so fun. He's so fun.
He's not a real killer until
he's so fun.
Tier 2, and he still feels awful.
But you have zombies.
We had Wraith in the exact same spot. Yeah.
Legion being all the way and never play is
not fun.
Legion's
not fun. Legion's not fun. He's like doesn't even feel like a killer.
He's just like an M1 killer, but he's fast, so that makes him good. I like playing him.
Yeah, but when you're fast, you can't even down them.
use some good cosmetics. That boosts points.
Alright guys, thank you for tuning in this video. Make sure to drop a like and a sub and put on post notifications. Trying to upload as much as we can. And why is average spelled wrong? I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna eat some Wingstop and call it a night. Make sure you guys comment amen to say Bob.